Alright, so this is a quarantine special on the Daily Push. There's people all over the world right now stuck in their homes on quarantine. I've been stuck here in Barcelona in my house for like 2 weeks now. The hardest thing for me personally when it comes down to being stuck in the house is literally just that I can't skate. I have tried to skate, but I did this to a plant, so my girlfriend banned me from skating. I think for a lot of other skaters as well, this is going to be the main problem, just like not being able to skate. And that combined with the fear of getting back to skating and just not being able to skate, losing all your tricks and just feeling terrible on your board. So with that in mind, I wanted to make this quarantine survival guide with just 5 tips that are going to help you stay fresh during this quarantine and for when you actually return to skating again, you know, so you can reduce those jelly legs, reduce the risk of losing your tricks, and to just make it easier to get back into skating. So tip number 1 is just to view this time off your board as an opportunity to focus on recovery and just like resetting your body. So many skaters I know just complain about aches and pains on a regular basis, just low energy levels when they go skate. And this just comes about from just skating so much and just doing nothing to actually recover from the damage that skating puts in your body and just spending a bit of time and effort on recovery. A lot of people don't realize that you actually get stronger and you adapt to the skating you've done when you're actually recovering, not whilst you're actually skating. And when it comes down to learning tricks as well, it's the same thing. It's when you're recovering that your brain's just like processing all those trick attempts that you made to actually lock in that new trick for the next time that you go skate. So if you make an effort to recover good, not only are you gonna feel better when you're actually skating, but you're gonna progress much faster as well. So I think one solid place to start when it comes down to focusing on recovery is just sleep. Sleep is the most effective, best recovery tool that we have, and it's completely free as well. So in this quarantine, I've personally just been going completely alarmless, just trying to like sleep as long as I possibly can, just to get that extra little blast of recovery. So reducing stress is also key for recovery as well. So just making an effort to just chill as hard as possible, maybe turn off the news and just avoid all that fear mongering, because that definitely doesn't help with the stress levels. And alongside this as well, making an effort to put into practice the things that I'm going to be going over in this video are going to massively help your ability to recover. And as well, if you like stay on top of these things and take them into your normal life, then you're going to be recovering better, skating better way off into the future, and not just for when you actually get back on your board as well. So tip number 2 is to exercise regularly. So if you're lucky enough to have a place to skate, then obviously just keep skating. If I lived alone, I would definitely have kept skating and I would have destroyed all the plants in the house, and it would have been completely worth it. But if you have nowhere to skate, then just keep it in mind that going from regularly skating to doing absolutely nothing at all is going to give you a pretty serious case of jelly legs when you get back on your board. It's not that taking like 4 weeks off is going to have completely destroyed your skating and you're going to have lost all your tricks. But by doing certain exercises, you can definitely maintain the freshness for when you actually get back on your board. And with that in mind, I've made a little weekly exercise program that you can blast at home with absolutely no equipment, no experience whatsoever. It's basically just a combination of a few different exercise videos I've done in the past, just like combined together in a weekly program. So I'll be putting a link for that in the description below. So there's also a lot of science out there that shows that your injury risk also increases after a period of inactivity, or a decrease in activity as well. So that means that when we get back to skating, we are going to be at a higher risk of injury. So one thing that you can do to reduce that injury risk is by doing those exercises that I mentioned earlier. And another thing that you can do is when you get back to skating, don't just jump in at the same intensity and the same length sessions, but gradually get back into it. So start off with some more chilled sessions and then like work back into it, increasing the time and intensity each session. I know this is going to be pretty hard to do, and I'm pretty sure that the first day that I can actually get out in the streets and have a proper session, then I'm probably going to have the most intense, like gnarliest session of my life. So I know this bit of advice is going to be hard to actually put into practice, but I just wanted to put it out there so everyone's aware that we're going to be at a higher injury risk when we actually get back to skating. So tip number 3 is working on your nutrition game in these times of lockdowns. So what you eat has a massive influence on everything from how you skate to how you feel to how you recover. Literally everything is everything is affected by what you eat. Right now, everyone is going insane in the supermarkets. They're like hoarding everything from toilet paper to all of the food and everything. And it can be easy to stock up on a load of just processed foods and pre-made foods in times like this. But instead, I want you to spend this time to focus on improving how you eat. And maybe as well, if you don't know how to cook, you can learn some like basic cooking skills as well. because these kind of things are absolutely essential for when you actually get back skating. Because if you know how to cook up, for example, some super fast, like healthy meal, and you take that on a long session, that's going to provide you with some solid energy for when you're actually skating. You're going to have much more sustained power throughout your sessions and just have better sessions as a result. So learning how to just cook up like super fast, nutritious meals, very useful, mate, very useful. So if your diet is already good, then great, like keep killing it, keep doing what you're doing. If your diet sucks, then I'm gonna set you a little challenge. So all it is just adding in 5 whole foods into your weekly diet. So 5 foods that you don't usually eat, add them into your diet. And if you've got absolutely no idea like what you could choose or what you could start cooking, then you can check out the cooking video that I've done before, or you can also check out Johnny Lozano's website. He's the guy that did like literally 100 cooking recipes up on the barracks. He's the master of food related puns, as you'll see if you check out his website. So I'll be putting that cooking video and Johnny's website along with other nutrition tips up on the article for this video and in a link in the description below as well. Okay, so moving on to tip number 4, it is just getting enough vitamin D. So vitamin D is essential for proper immune function, for proper health, recovery, and your actual skate performance as well. And most people are actually vitamin D deficient regardless of whether they're locked in their house or not. So this is something that you need to focus on way past this video and this lockdown quarantine time as well. So the best sources of vitamin D are obviously Mr. Sun up there. Getting like 20 minutes of just direct sunlight on your skin is enough to give you that daily recommended amount. You can get vitamin D from food as well, for example certain fishes and like brown mushrooms, but it can be a little hard to actually hit that recommended amount every single day from food. So yeah, I would say the best way to do it, get some sun or just have a vitamin D supplement as a little backup. So the final quarantine survival tip number 5, is just keep moving regularly throughout the day. So on top of the other exercises that I've put in that program, keep moving frequently throughout the day. So don't just become like a rotting slug fetus on the sofa. Just keep moving regularly throughout the day, you know, whatever you want to do some foam rolling, some stretching, some yoga, just like random movements, whatever you want to do. This is going to keep the body oiled up, it's going to reduce that accumulation of stiffness and just help you stay sane as well. And one bonus tip that I wanted to add as well, if you're absolutely gagging for a skate, then you can work on some visualization stuff. Like there's research out there that shows that by imagining doing something, you can actually get better at that thing when you do it in real life. So I've already done a video on visualization that I'll put a link for in that article. So my thinking behind these tips were pretty much just to like motivate people to use this time productively instead of just rotting away doing absolutely nothing. So even though we can't actually physically skate, there's still a lot of things that we can do and work on that are actually going to improve how we skate when we finally get back on our boards. And as well, everything that I've been talking about in this video is also essential to stay fresh when you're actually in normal life as well. So if you get on top of these things now and you maintain them when you're back skating like normal, then you're going to feel much better on your board. You're going to start learning tricks faster and just skating much better. So that's it for this one. Make sure you subscribe for regular content that's going to improve how you skate and how you feel when you skate. And that's it for this one.